Hey everybody, just doing a review for this EBL charging station. And so yeah, this is a charging station and a power strip combo kind of type of thing. And so just taking a look at the box for the charging station. Over the back, it does give you the specifications, and that's really about it. Just a nice simple box. What's included in the box is the charging station, of course. You also get the manual right over here that has a ton of useful information pertaining to the charger and the specifications once again. The charger itself is pretty small. I mean, I have to say it does have a 4 by 1.8 by 1.5 inch form factor, and it weighs about 13 ounces. And so yeah, I mean, a pretty small charger. I'm pretty surprised that it's this small, considering that it does have two AC outlets that are able to output 1,625 watts in total. And so yeah, you're definitely going to be able to power most appliances with this power strip and charging station combo. And so just taking a look at the ports right over here, you do get two type C ports and two type A ports right over here. C1 is going to be the most powerful port on this charger. And just taking a look at the specifications, I guess I'll just look at the back of the packaging. I think it's easy to read. And so yeah, just taking a look at the back of the packaging right over here, C1 and C2 are able to output 65 watts of power delivery, only if you're charging a single device at a time though. The type A1 port is able to output 30 watts, once again, if you're charging a single device at a time. And the type A2 port is able to output 5 watts, and that's really about it. So yeah, the type A2 port is going to be the weakest port on this charger. So just a heads up, I'm pretty sure you could tell just by taking a look at the color of the port, and also just taking a look at the power allocation distribution when you're charging multiple devices at the same time. So when it comes to using the two type C ports at the same time, it's going to be a 45 watt and a 20 watt split of power. And so you're going to be getting 45 watts from C1, and C2 is going to be outputting 20 watts if you're charging from both of them at the same time. And just taking a look at the power allocation when charging 4 devices at the same time, that's pretty good. I mean, yeah, there we go. So yeah, if you're charging 4 devices at the same time, C1 is going to be able to output 45 watts. C2 and the type A1 port are going to be sharing a 15 watt output, and the type A2 port is going to continue to output 5 watts. So yeah, not too bad. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and just start testing out this charging station and a power strip combo. That's what I'm gonna call it, at least. All right, guys, so just back with the EBL charging station. And so right over here, I do have my heater and this watt meter connected to one of the AC outlets on the charging station, mainly because I wanted to see if I'm able to power an appliance and charge devices at the same time. And the reason why I have the watt meter connected to one of the AC outlets is to just track the output wattage of this heater, which should be about, I think, 1400 watts when I set it to its high setting right over here. Let me just go and take a quick look at that real quick. And so yeah, it's rising in wattage pretty quickly. What I was going to do is that I was going to plug in this charging station into a power strip, but you know what, I didn't want to do that. I do have this charging station plugged directly into a wall outlet instead, because I think having this charging station plugged into a power strip didn't really make much sense, because this is a power strip already. But yeah, anyways, looks like I'm pulling about 1300 watts. And so right over here, I do have this Excitrus power bank charging from the C1 port, and I'm currently getting a 63 watt recharge speed, basically 65 watts right over here. So if I'm charging a single device from the C1 port, I should be able to get 65 watts, and that's exactly what's happening right here. And let me see what happens if I charge my U-Green power bank at the same time from the C2 port. All right, and so right over here, I do have my U-Green power bank charging from the C2 port, and so the Excitrus power bank is now charging at about 45 watts from the C1 port on the EBL charging station, and the U-Green power bank is charging at 20 watts. And so this is exactly as the specification says it's able to perform at. And so if I'm charging 2 devices at the same time, C1 will output 45 watts, and C2 will output 20 watts. And the heater is still pulling about 1300 watts right there, so performing how it's supposed to. And so one other device I want to plug in would be my Galaxy Note 9 into the Type A quick charge port. And so this should split power even more. I'm not too sure if the U-Green power bank will even charge But let me go see what happens. Oh yeah, so I am getting a standard charging speed for my Note 9 from the Type A 1 port, and the U-Green power bank is charging at about 13 watts. Ooh, a really slow charging speed. That's expected, to be honest, because I think the what's happening right over here is the C2 and the Type A 1 port are sharing a 15 watt output, and so there's not much power to go around in this case. So these two devices right over here are charging pretty slowly, but the good news is that the Xetra's power bank is continuing to charge at 45 watts, so that's pretty good to see. So you are able to charge a Type-C chargeable laptop nearly any time, no matter how many devices you're charging at the same time with this EBL charging station. And just taking a look at the watt meter, still pulling about 1300 watts. Heater is performing how it's supposed to. And so yeah, I got my laptop right over here, and so the Lenovo laptop is charging at about, oh boy, lid's closing. And so yeah, my Lenovo laptop is charging at about 35 watts from the C1 port, as you can see. And the power bank and the Note 9 continue to still charge from the other two ports. And so yeah, overall, this EBL charging station is a really simple one. One of the most useful parts about this charging station is that it has two AC outlets, and that's surprising considering the small size of this charger. And the heater is still performing how it's supposed to. Let me go and turn off the heater because it is really hot inside right now, as I'm filming this in the middle of summer. All right. But yeah, overall, I don't find anything badly designed about this EBL charging station. It does have a 4.9 foot power cord, and so you do get a good amount of freedom where you want to place the charging station. I will have a link to this EBL charging station down in the description below. I will also have a link to the review article over at chargerharbor.com in case you want to read a review for this charging station as well. And I will see you all on the next video. All right, goodbye.